You ever have a day where one tiny thing goes wrong and your entire mind just catches fire? A stupid comment, a traffic jam, an email, and suddenly your mood is hijacked. You're angry or anxious or just gone. Most people think that's just life, that emotions are in the driver's seat and we're just along for the terrifying ride. But that's a lie. And today, I'm going to give you the keys. I'm going to show you 4 secrets, blending ancient wisdom with modern psychology, that will teach you how to master your emotions, not just manage them. These aren't complicated theories, they are mental tools. And once you learn to use them, you don't just stop having bad days, you start building an unbreakable mind. Let's start with the one tool that changes everything. 1. Find the pause button. Most of us live our lives with zero space between what happens to us and how we react. Someone cuts you off in traffic, immediate anger. You get criticized at work, immediate defensiveness. You feel a wave of anxiety, immediate panic. It feels automatic, like you have no choice. But the emotionally intelligent, the modern-day Stoics, they know there's a secret space, a tiny gap between the trigger and your response. It's like a pause button for your soul. When something happens, instead of instantly reacting, they hit pause. They take one single breath. In that breath, that 1 second of quiet, they ask a question. Is this emotion serving me? This isn't about ignoring your anger or pretending you're not hurt. It's about choosing your next move instead of letting your primal brain choose for you. The person who masters that pause masters their life. Because in that space, you stop being a puppet and start becoming the one pulling the strings. But what do you do inside that pause? That brings us to our next secret. 2. You are the sky, not the weather. Think about your emotions. Anger, sadness, joy, fear, like the weather. They are storms, clouds, and sunshine, passing through. Most people make a huge mistake. They think they are the storm. When they feel angry, they say, I am angry. When they feel sad, they say, I am sad. They fuse their identity with a feeling that's just passing through. But you're not the weather. You are the sky. The sky doesn't get damaged by a hurricane. It doesn't get broken by a thunderstorm. The storm happens within the sky, but the sky itself remains vast, open, and untouched. This is the observer mind. You learn to watch your feelings without becoming them. Instead of, I am angry, try thinking, I am noticing the feeling of anger inside of me. See the difference? You're not the anger. You're the one watching the anger. This creates distance. It gives you perspective. And from that perspective, you can decide what to do with that storm instead of just letting it destroy everything in its path. This single shift can save your relationships, your career, and your sanity. But it only works if you know what's worth worrying about in the first place. 3. The 2 circles of power. Imagine 2 circles. In the first circle, you put everything you can control. Your actions, your words, your effort, your choices, your mindset. This is your circle of power. In the second, much bigger circle, you put everything you can't control. What other people think of you, the traffic, the economy, whether it rains tomorrow, if someone is rude to you. Most people spend 99% of their mental and emotional energy living in that second circle. They worry, they stress, they get furious about things they have zero control over. It's like screaming at the rain to stop. It's useless, and it just leaves you exhausted and soaked. The secret of Stoicism is brutally simple. Focus only on your circle of power. Can't control the traffic? You can control the podcast you listen to in the car. Can't control your boss's bad mood? You can control the quality of your own work. Can't control what someone says about you? You can control how you respond, or if you respond at all. When you stop wasting energy on the uncontrollable, all that energy comes back to you. You suddenly have incredible power to change the things that actually matter. You become a creator of your life, not just a reactor to it. But what happens when something bad does happen inside your circle? When you fail, when you get hurt? This leads to the final most powerful secret of all. 4. Turn the poison into medicine. The Stoics had a saying, the obstacle is the way. Most people see a problem and their heart sinks. A setback, a failure, a painful moment. They see it as a dead end, a reason to give up. But emotionally masterful people see it differently. They see it as raw material. They ask one question, how can I use this? Fired from a job? You now have the time and the fire to start that business you always dreamed of. Someone breaks your heart? You now have a masterclass in what you need from a partner and how to build your own strength. A project fails spectacularly? You just learned more than a dozen successes could ever teach you. This isn't about toxic positivity or pretending things don't hurt. They do. It's about alchemy. It's about learning to take the poison of life, the pain, the failure, the injustice, and turning it into medicine. Medicine that makes you stronger, wiser, and more resilient than you ever were before. The people who can do this are not just survivors. They are unstoppable. So let's bring this all together. Your emotions are not your enemy, but they are not your master either. They are messengers, signals. You don't need to be born calm or have a perfect life to have emotional control. You just need to practice. Use the pause button. Remember, you are the sky, not the storm. Live in your circle of power and learn to turn every obstacle into a stepping stone. Most people will spend their entire lives being yanked around by their feelings. They'll live in reaction mode, wondering why they feel so out of control. But not you. Not anymore, because now you know the secrets. You have the user manual. Here's my question to you. Be honest. Which emotion has been hijacking your life the most lately? Anger, anxiety, frustration? And which one of these 4 secrets are you going to start practicing today to take back control? Drop your answer in the comments below. Declaring it is the first step to mastering it. I'm going to read every single one, because we're all in this together. And if this video gave you even a sliver of control back, hit that like button and subscribe. We're building a community of people who don't just live life, but lead it. Remember, you can't control what happens to you, but you can always control how you grow